गुरुरेव गति गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरुः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरो मम पाहि गुरो सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेदमपेदकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकादर आजुहाव पुत्रेदि तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. We are saying the Srimad Bhagavada Purana, and I completed Canto 3 in my last video. The highlight of Canto 3, that is Sarga 3, was the primary creation. The primary creation was well explained in the Canto 3, that is the Sarga. And it also touched Visarga. And what all beings came from Lord Brahma, all the Prajapatis, the Rishis, the Sapta Rishis, the Devas, everyone was born from Lord Brahma, and all of them, they belong to the Varga, Brahmana Varga. And the two human beings, the first human beings of this creation, Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa, they were also born from the body of Lord Brahma. And for them to stay, Bhagavan as the Varaha Murti, he lifted the earth from the Rasathala and he placed it on the surface of the water of deluge. And Shatarupa and Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa, they became the first inhabitants, the human inhabitants on the earth, and they were the first rulers also. So Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa were the first rulers, that is the Kshatriyas of this creation. And that Canto also explained the Varaha Avadara of Bhagavan, and it also explained the Kapilopatesa, which is very important, which explains the entire creation, that is the Prakriti, the evolutes of Prakriti, the difference between Prakriti and Purusha, the Jiva, all that were very well explained by in the Kapilopatesa. And in this canto, that is the Canto 4, the highlights was the life of Daksha Prajapati. It comes in the first few, within the first few chapters itself. And the Dhruva Charita, that is also very important in this canto, that is in Canto 4. The life of Prithu, a great devotional king and his generation. The importance of bhakti over rituals, explained by Narada Muni. And Sri Rudra's teaching, that is the Rudra Gita. Sri Rudra's teachings to Prachetas, that is the Rudra Gita, which very clearly tells about there is no difference between Bhagavan Vishnu and Bhagavan Shiv. All that Vaishnavism and Shaivism, all that are just a myth before Brahman. It explains all that very clearly. Mainly in this canto, the other children of Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa were very well explained. So let us see the first chapter of Canto 4 of Srimad Bhagavata Purana. As we all know that Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa, they had 5 children. 2 sons, Uttanapada and Priyabrata, and 3 daughters, Ahuti, Devahuti and Prashuti. And we saw the life of Devahuti and Kardama Prajapati. They were couples. And they had 9 daughters and a very famous son, Kapila Bhagavan. So that is that life of Devahuti and Kardama Prajapati. Now, the other daughters of Swayambhuva Manu and also the other daughters of Devahuti and Kardama Prajapati were also explained in this chapter. Now, let us see about the other daughters of Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa. So, they had three daughters. The first daughter is Ahuti. She was married to Ruchi Prajapati. Ahutim ruchaye pradadabi भ्रातृमतिं नृपः पुत्रिका धर्ममाश्रित्य शतरूपानुमोदितः. So the first daughter of Swayambhuva Manu, Ahuti, she was married to Ruchi Prajapati according to the very ancient rite known as Putrika Dharma. In the Putrika Dharma, it's a very ancient rite, and according to that Putrika Dharma, the brother and sister can marry. Even now, it exists in some culture that the first cousins can be married. So, in that Putrika Dharma culture, the children, that is the brother and sister, can marry. And Ahuti and Ruchi Prajapati, they had two children, that is twins. One is the avatar of Bhagavan Vishnu. His name is Yajna. And another is the daughter. She is the avatar of Sri Lakshmi. Her name is Dakshina. So the another daughter of Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa was Prashuti. She was married to Daksha Prajapati, the son of Lord Brahma. So they had many progeny, and we will see that very soon. And now Devahuti, she was married to Kardama Prajapati, and they had totally 10 children, 9 daughters and 1 son. And the son is the Kapila Bhagavan, and his teaching is the Kapilopadesha. We saw that very clearly in the last canto. Now, the 9 daughters of Kardama Prajapati and Devahuti, what did they do? One of her daughter was Anasuya. She was married to Rishi Atri. And they did not, Anasuya and Atri Rishi, they did not have progeny or children for many, many years. So Atri Maharshi was a great Rishi, and he knew everything about Brahman. So he meditated on Brahman for many years. With very strong austerities, he meditated on Brahman. And at one day, the Trimurtis, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, he appeared before them. And Atri Maharshi was so surprised, and he asked, how come that you appear before me? I worshipped or I meditated on Brahman, the infinite, my own Atma. Then how did you three appear before me? He questioned. And for that, the Trimurtis answered, Yata kridaste sangalpo bhavyam te naiva nanyatha Satya te brahman yadvaidyayati te vayam. It is according to your sankalpa, your resolution that brought us here. You meditated on Brahman, and we three of us constitute that Brahman. So you meditated on the Supreme Being, and we three of us is that Brahman, and we have come here to give you boon. So, and the three murtis, that is the Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, they gave the boon, that is, you will get a son. Ataspadamsha bhudaste atmajaloga vishrutaha bhavitaronga badramte visrapsyanti cha te yashaha. You will get 3 sons who are our Asmat Amsha Bhudaha, the 3 sons are our Amsha. And he said, they 3 of them, they will spread your name and fame everywhere. And they have telling this that these divinities disappeared from the vision of Atri Rishi. And as the divinities said, Anasuya, she got 3 sons. Somo Bhud Brahmanam Shena Datto Vishnostu Yogavit Durvasa Shankarasyamsho Nibodhangira prajaha. As a result of the meditation of Rishi Atri, the divinities, the three murtis appeared before him and they gave him boon. As a result of that, Anasuya got three sons. One is the aspect of Brahma and he is Chandra. He is the Chandra Deva moon. And another is the aspect of Vishnu. He is Dattatreya. And another is the aspect of Shiva, Durvasa, the Durvasa Maharshi. So these three sons, Anasuya and Atri Rishi, they got. And these three sons spread the name and fame of both Anasuya Devi and Atri Rishi. Another daughter of Devahuti and Kardama Prajapati was Shraddha, and she married sage Angiras. They had 4 daughters and 2 sons, and one of the sons was Brihaspati, who is the Devaguru as well as the knower of Brahman. And another daughter of Kardama Prajapati and Devahuti was Havirbuhu, and she was married to Rishi Pulatsya, and they had 2 sons, Agastya Rishi, and another was Vishravas, sage Vishravas. And sage Vishravas, he got married, and his son was Kupeda, who was the leader of the Yakshas. And Vishravas, he married again. From another wife, he got 3 sons. They were very famous: Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and Vibhishana. And another daughter of Kardama Prajapati and Devahuti was Arundhati. She was married to Vasishta Rishi, and they had one son, Chitraketu. And later, Vasishta Rishi took another wife, and his son was Shakti, who was very famous because he confronted with sage Vishwamitra. And another daughter of Kardama Prajapati and Devahuti was Shanti. She was married to Atharva Rishi, and they had 2 sons. They were Datichi and Ashwashiras. And another daughter of Kardama Prajapati and Devahuti was Kayati. She was married to Bhrigu Rishi, and they had 2 sons and 1 daughter. In that line of Kayati and Bhrigu Rishi came Markandeya Rishi and also the famous Shukracharya. And now, after explaining all this, Maitreya Rishi, who was explaining the entire story of all those rishis and Prajapatis, he explained about the line of Daksha Prajapati. Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa, they had 3 daughters, and one of the daughter was Prasuti. Prasuti was married to Daksha Prajapati, who is the son of Lord Brahma, and they had 16 daughters. 13 of them were married to one Rishi, Dharma Prajapati, and among the 3 of the rest, one was very famous. She is Sati Devi. She married Sri Rudra, that is Bhagavan Shiv. And among the 13 wives of Dharma Prajapati, one of their children was, that is by name Murti. Her name was Murti, and Dharma Prajapati, she had very famous twins, Nara and Narayana. And later in the next Janma, they became Bhagavan Krishna and Sri Arjuna. And all the daughters of Daksha Prajapati were very happily married. And all of them were married except one, that is Sati Devi. She was also very happy until a confrontation came between Daksha Prajapati and Sri Rudra, Bhagavan Shiv. So till then, she was very happy, but after that, her entire life changed. The reason for this feud is, once Daksha Prajapati, he arranged a great satra. Satra means a yajna going on for many years. It will go on for hundreds of years. Till then, all the rishis, by turn, they will be doing ahuti, giving ahuti to the yajna and all that. All the Vedic rites will be going on for such a long time. So Daksha Prajapati, he arranged a satra for the Prajapatis, and all of them were invited. All the devas, the rishis, all the other Prajapatis, everyone was invited, including the 3 murtis. That is, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva also attended that satra. And when all of them were seated and the satra was going on, at that time, Daksha Prajapati entered the sacrificial hall. So all of them, they got up and they worshipped Daksha Prajapati because he organized that satra. All of them got up except two. They are Lord Brahma and Lord Sri Rudra. Brahma was the father of Daksha Prajapati, so there is no need for him to get up. But Sri Rudra also did not get up. Seeing that, Daksha Prajapati got very angry. He immediately turned towards Sri Rudra and said, I am tu lokapalanam yashoghnanirapatrapaha sadbhiracharita panta yena stabdena dushitaha. This Sri Rudra, he is a blot among the devas, he said. He is a nirapatrapaha, he is a shameless person. He doesn't know the social norms or how to behave in a gathering. He doesn't have any culture. He doesn't have any values. And he doesn't know how to conduct in himself. And he also said, Yesha me shishyata prapto yanme duhiduragrahit panim vipragni mukhataha savitrya iva sadhuvat. My daughter, who is like a Savitri, she was given as Agni Sakshi, me duhidu panim agrahit. My daughter to this person. So he is just like my disciple. But he cared the least for me. He didn't have any respect for me. Alas, I have given my daughter to this wretched, indecent, violator of all codes of dharma, devoid of good character. He doesn't even know how to behave in a gathering. And he wandered in the cremation grounds as a nagnaha, unclad, sometimes laughing, sometimes getting angry at everyone, just like an unmattavat, just like an insane person. He covers himself with the ashes from the cremation ground and he wears the astibhushana. He always wears the bones as his ornaments. So he is just like an insane person. Alas, I have given my daughter to this uncultured person. Just like that Daksha Prajapati shouted at Sri Rudra, saying Sri Rudra, my father didn't get up, that's okay. But this fellow, he's just like a disciple to me because I have given my daughter to her, to that person. I have given my daughter to this person. So he is like my disciple. So he didn't care the least for it. Shiva Padesho, Shivaha. He has that word called Shiva. He is known by the name Shiva. Shiva means Mangalakari. But all his actions and his character and the way he appears is Amangala, Ashiva. So at last I have given my daughter to this person. Tamo matratmakatmanam. He is covered with the tamo guna. He is always angry, shouting at everyone. He is not, he doesn't have that calmness in him. Pramada bhudanam pati. He is the leader of the bhutas and the pretas. I have given my beautiful daughter, who is just like a Savitri, to this person. What a mistake I have done. And I have followed the words of my father, that is Lord Brahma. So I gave my daughter to this. I have done a mistake. And he said, and in the end, he cursed Sri Rudra. He said, Deva yajanam baham nallabhatam. You will not get the share of the devas. That is what the yajnas we do in this world. A portion, that is the share of that yajna, will go to the devas and the Trimurtis, and that will be given to that concerned devas and Trimurtis by Agni Bhagavan. That's why we give ahuti in the Agni. So Daksha Prajapati said he will not get his share like how Indra and other devas get their share from the yajna done by the people. So hearing this, And he said this, and Daksha Prajapati, he walked out of that sacrificial hall. Nandishwara, who is the chief of the Rudra's retinue, he was so angry and so worried about how can he curse Lord Sri Rudra. He is a great tapasvi, a jnani, a Brahma jnani. He knows everything. He is Shiva. How can he curse that Mangalakari? And he counter-cursed Daksha. He said that this Daksha is ignorant, arrogant. He doesn't understand the nature of the truth, and he will never understand. He will be addicted to these Vedic rituals. The end of the Vedic rituals is to understand the truth, but he will never understand the truth. Buddhaya parabhidyayinya vismrutatmagadif pashuho strikamasostvati dakshova bhastamukho shirat. This Daksha, he is thinking that this body is the self. So in the buddhi level, he will lose his spiritual consciousness. He will never understand the truth. And in the manas, that is in the next level, pashuhu atidaram stri kamaha. He will be engrossed with women, just like animals. He will be involved in the pleasures of the senses, but just like the animals. That is in the manas level. And in the physical level, achirat bhastamukha astuhu. Very soon, his face will change like a goat. Goat means, why he chose goat means, goat is that thing that follows just others, and it will not have its own brain, or it will not use its own sense of thinking. Even cows and all the other animals, they use their intelligence a bit. They don't have intelligence. The intelligence is not revealed in them, but still they are a little bit higher than a goat. But the goat is that thing which follows what others say and not anything. So that goat is considered as a most unintelligent being among all the animals. So that in the gross level, his face and physical form will change as a goat. So in these three levels, the buddhi level, he will never understand the truth. He will never understand his spiritual nature. And in the manas level, he will be engrossed in women and going after the pleasures of the senses. And then the third level, that is in the physical level, his face will change like a goat. He cursed like this. And Nandi Bhagavan further says, whoever insults Rudra without understanding his real nature will not understand the truth at all and will be entangled endlessly in the samsara. The Nandi Bhagavan, that is the Nandishwara, cursed all others like this. So hearing it, Bhrigu Rishi, he got very angry because Nandishwara is cursing a Brahmana. All the others were all sitting there are Brahmanas. They were the Devas, Prajapatis, and the Vishnu Bhagavan and Brahma Deva, all that. So he is cursing the Brahmana, and he said that whoever follows this Rudra is Bhakantinaha. He is an atheist. Atheist means one who does not follow the Vedas is an atheist. And Sri Rudra, he doesn't follow the Vedas. In nowhere in the Vedas it is said that one should smear the ashes of the cremation ground on them, or should be very unclean, or just yell at anyone, should be angry at everyone, whoever they say. It's not all prescribed in the Vedas. So the Brahmanas, they just completely follow the Vedas. They are the custodians of the Vedas. One who opposes this, or one who obstructs this, is considered as an atheist. That is, one who doesn't follow the Vedas is considered as an atheist. And Bhrigu Rishi said, he is unclean. He doesn't have any mind or brain. Smearing the body with the ashes of the cremation ground, with matted hair, and he is wearing the garlands made of bones from the cremation ground. Brahmacha brahmanam staiva Yadyuyam parinindataha setum vidhyaranam pumsamatha pakandamashhritaha. Nandi, you have insulted the Veda, that is the Veda, which is who are the Brahmana, that is, it is Brahman. Vedas is Brahman. You have insulted Brahman, which is the Vedas. You have insulted the custodian of the Vedas, that is the Brahmanamsta eva. You have insulted the Brahmanas, who are the custodians of the Vedas. You are an atheist because you doesn't follow the Veda and you support one who doesn't follow the Vedic rites also. Vedas is just like a guide to the humanity. Whoever follows it, they will reach Brahman. But you are insulting it and you are going the other way. So you are also considered as an atheist, Nandi, Bhrigu Rishi said. And he also said, Tad Brahma Paramam Shuddham Satam Vartma Sanatanam Vigarhyayada Paghantam Daivam Voyatra Bhudarat. That Veda, that Brahman is that Brahma. That Brahman is Paramam. He is supreme. Shuddham, pure. Satam, followed by the rishis. Vartma Sanathanam. It is ancient. It is the path of the Satam Vartma. It is the path of the right people, that is the sadhus, or the people who are sattvic. And Sanathanam, it is ancient. Vigarhya Yada Pagandam. One who doesn't follow that is a Pagandam, that is, he is an atheist. Daivam yo yatra bhudarat. He is that, and you are following that deity who doesn't follow this Veda. So, Nandi, you are also an atheist, and Rudra is also an atheist, and whoever follows him are also an atheist because they do not follow the Vedas. This Bhrigu Rishi said, and hearing all this, Sri Rudra, without telling any word, with a very calm face, he left the sacrificial hall. And all the other Prajapatis and the rest of the Devas, they continued with this Satra because the Satra should not be stopped. If it is stopped, then it is not good for this creation. So when a Homa or Satra or anything is obstructed, then it is not good for the creation, because they at that time, at the ancient time, they will, whatever they do, they will do for this good for the good for the entire universe, not for their selfish purpose, not for their family or for them. But once when it is obstructed, then it is not good for the world. Some calamity will come in the world. So they continued with the Satra, and like that, Sri Rudra, he didn't say any, react in any way. With a very calm face, he walked out of the sacrificial hall, and following him, all the retinue of the Sri Rudra also followed him. So the Prajapatis, they continued the Satra. So what happened after that, I will continue in my next video. Shri Narayana Khila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.